We welcome back Congressman Jody Hice, no stranger to this broadcast. Thank you for squeezing us in. Your schedule is nonstop.
Hey, everybody, Brad, but glad to be with you.
Well, we sure do appreciate it. And as promised, we will start with tax reform. The House has just recently passed its version of an overhaul for our tax system. I want your feelings on it, but also I want you to tell us how this works with the Senate, because they have their own version, which makes us all think nothing will come of this.
Right. Well, I think something will come of this. Let me start with the last part of your question first. The House has passed a bill. The Senate is in process of working through a separate bill, which has some significant differences from the House. Assuming they're going to pass that, which I believe they will, we will then go to conference to justify the differences between the two, and then a bill final will come out of that, and each chamber will vote on it. So I think that's going to happen, and we'll work out the differences. Now back to the original part with the tax bill itself that was passed yesterday. I'm really excited about that. I think it is an enormous step forward. We've not had tax reform in over 30 years in this country. Individuals as well as businesses have literally just been suffocating under the burdensome taxes that we have, and just the difficulty of a complex system that's antiquated that we have. So what we passed yesterday majorly simplifies the tax code, and at the same time it majorly brings relief to businesses as well as individuals. I think it's going to create a boost in our economy. It's the biggest economic engine in the world. We're going to see it take off, and I'm really excited about it.
All right, so you say it helps businesses and individuals. Opponents say no, it really hooks up the businesses and forgets the common folks. What do you say to that?
Well, it's just not true. Certainly businesses are getting enormous help, which they need to. Right now, we are the highest corporate tax rate in the world. Now, how in the world are we supposed to compete on a global market when we are the highest taxed in the world? And so what this does, it takes us down a little bit below average. Average is around 22%, but this takes corporate rates down to 20%, which really makes us competitive on the global market. Takes small business rates, and that was 35. So the businesses, corporates going from 35 to 20. Small businesses, the highest rate is right at 40. They'll be going down to 25. On the personal side, we're going to see people, we doubled the standard deduction. That's huge. Mm-hmm. I mean, $24,000, the first $24,000 that people make, nothing. And then you start the process going up from there. Those who were previously in a 10% bracket, for example, now they'll be paying zero. And so you get the $24,000 and build up from there. Georgia, right now, it's projected that the average Georgia household is going to see an increase of about $2,300 annually to their back pocket. And that's just a great step forward. I think it's going to be a wonderful thing.
What kind of timetable can you talk about as far as passage of tax reform and when it would kick in for our paychecks?
The Senate is going to come back and start doing their work after Thanksgiving. I would anticipate, certainly by the end of the year, it all ought to be done. Of course, time is becoming a factor. You have Thanksgiving and then immediately moving into Christmas. So the Senate's going to have to act fast, but I feel confident we'll have it all done by the end of the year. Assuming that does take place, this new tax bill goes into effect January 1st. So beginning January, people will probably start seeing some impact on their withholdings from wherever they work. Now, when it comes to April 15th, when they're filling out their taxes, they won't see much difference because they will then be doing this year's taxes. So, you know, obviously this year is not included in the new tax reform, but they'll start seeing some impact on their withholdings.
Congressman, do you have to get this done to get reelected?
Listen, the American people sent us here to get work done. And it's very frustrating that we've not been able to accomplish some of those things that we all ran on. The American people gave us the House, the Senate, and the White House. The Senate has been an enormous bottleneck. They just simply have not been able to get hardly anything accomplished because of their Senate rules, that 60-vote thing. But yeah, I think we're going to suffer dire consequences if we don't get this passed. And but I firmly believe we will. And by the way, the Senate version does include a repeal of the individual mandate in Obamacare, so we could come out of conference really with both a tax reform and health care significant changes, which not only helps the American people, but will have huge ramifications for the party.
What do you say to people who say you all aren't getting much done up there, despite the majorities that you hold in the House, Senate, and control of the White House? And would you just say, back when you go to the 10th District to campaign, look, I'm doing the best I can. It's everybody else, or it's these other folks who aren't working alongside us. And that's why the wheels keep spinning. You know, is that kind of what you have to say to them? Well, I'm doing the best I can?
Well, I mean, and it's true. I am doing the best I can, and we're working it from every angle we can. It's a big machine in Washington. It's very difficult to move the needle. But I'll tell you this, the House has passed over 300 bills, of which the Senate has not even had a debate on those things. And that is extremely frustrating. And it's just, you know, if I can throw the Senate under the bus right now, I'll be more than happy to do so. Because, I mean, we have repealed and replaced Obamacare. We have now sent tax reform. We have dealt with Dodd-Frank, which deals with huge financial banks and all that sort of stuff. We've dealt with sanctuary cities, with rebuilding our military, sex trafficking. I mean, you name it. And the Senate hadn't even dealt with these things. So, yeah, I mean, all we can do in the House is what we can do. The Senate has got to get the ball across the finish line, or I do believe all of us will suffer.
When the Means Report continues, our conversation with the Congressman does as well. We will talk about health care. You heard him touch on that just a moment ago. Also, what Capitol Hill is doing for our veterans. The Congressman with some thoughts on that for sure when the Means Report rolls on.